Your car could be running at only 60% of its real power, not because it's broken, but because it's been programmed to hold back. Today, we're unveiling 17 so-called illegal tricks, safe, real-world methods that help your engine breathe easier, shift smoother, and last longer, without spending a fortune or breaking any laws. A customer recently brought his Corolla in, convinced it was dying at 150,000 miles. 10 minutes later, one quick reset changed the game. Smoother idle, more pull, zero cost. According to AAA, maintenance, repair, and tire costs averaged 10.13 cents per mile in 2024. These aren't dangerous hacks or outlaw shortcuts. They're the off-manual habits real mechanics quietly use every day. Subscribe now to start unlocking your car's hidden potential. Trick number 17. Throttle reset recode. Every modern car's ECU, engine control unit, learns your driving behavior. How you press the gas, how fast you accelerate, and how often you cruise gently. Over time, it adapts to these patterns, which can make your throttle feel sluggish or unresponsive. It's like your car develops lazy habits without you realizing it. To reset this behavior safely, turn the ignition to the ON position without starting the engine. Press the gas pedal all the way down for about 10 seconds. Then turn the key off, release the pedal, and wait another 10 seconds before starting the engine. This simple routine clears the ECU's learned throttle data, allowing your car to relearn your true driving style. Many drivers notice smoother acceleration and quicker pedal response almost immediately. Always follow your vehicle's manual to ensure this reset method applies to your specific model. Trick number 16. Ground wire reboot. Hidden voltage boost. Every electrical system in your car depends on one thing most drivers never check: the ground wires. Over time, corrosion, loose bolts, or dirt on these connections can cause voltage drops that quietly affect your engine's sensors, throttle response, and even idle stability. It's like asking your car to breathe through a clogged straw. To fix it, disconnect your battery and locate the main ground straps, one between the negative terminal and the chassis, and another often attached to the engine block. Clean both contact points with fine sandpaper or a wire brush, then tighten them securely before reconnecting. You'll often notice a steadier idle, brighter headlights, and slightly quicker starts. It's one of those quick, underrated maintenance steps that costs nothing but restores pure electrical efficiency. Always perform this with the battery safely disconnected. Trick number 15. MAF plus MAP sensor truth test. Stop the ECU guesswork. Your car's ECU calculates how much fuel to inject based on information from two critical sensors: the MAF mass airflow and MAP manifold absolute pressure. When these sensors get coated with dust, oil, or carbon, they start giving inaccurate readings, forcing your ECU to guess how much fuel the engine really needs. The result? Poor mileage, sluggish throttle, and rough idle. To restore accuracy, gently remove each sensor and spray them with dedicated MAF or electronic safe cleaner. Never brake cleaner. Let them air dry before reinstalling. If possible, use a basic OBD2 app to check live airflow or pressure readings before and after cleaning. You'll see the numbers stabilize. This simple maintenance step helps your engine breathe and burn fuel more precisely, improving response and fuel economy almost instantly. Trick number 14. Idle air control revival. The red light fix. If your car shakes or stumbles when you're stopped at a red light, it's often the idle air control valve, or IAC. This small part regulates how much air bypasses the throttle when your foot's off the pedal. Over time, carbon and dust build up around the valve and its passageways, confusing the ECU and throwing off the idle balance. To bring it back to life, locate the IAC on or near the throttle body, remove it carefully, and spray the tip and housing with throttle body or intake cleaner. Let it dry completely before reinstalling. When you start the engine, let it idle for a few minutes so the ECU can stabilize the airflow again. Most drivers notice a smoother, quieter idle right away. No more shaking at stoplights or random RPM drops. It's a small, safe fix that can make your car feel instantly calmer and more controlled. Trick number 13. Intake and carbon smoke show 10-minute engine refresh. Carbon buildup is one of the sneakiest reasons cars lose power over time. Inside your intake manifold and throttle body, layers of soot from fuel vapors and oil mist slowly choke airflow, like cholesterol clogging an artery. The fix is simple, safe, and surprisingly satisfying to watch. With the engine warmed up, Remove the air intake hose, and spray a dedicated intake system cleaner such as CRC or Seafoam directly into the throttle body. While maintaining around expect the engine to stumble and release a thick white cloud from the exhaust. That's decades of carbon leaving your system. Once the smoke clears, your idle will feel smoother, and throttle response more immediate. Some drivers even report slight fuel economy gain. Always use products labeled safe for sensors and follow instructions carefully. It's one of the most visual, rewarding cleanups you can do in 10 minutes. Trick number 12, transmission microflush. The warranty trap trick. Many automakers label their transmission fluid as sealed for life. But in reality, that life often means just until the warranty expires. Fluid breaks down over time, losing its ability to cool and lubricate internal components. Instead of a risky full flush, the smarter option is a micro flush. Drain about 1/3 of the old fluid, refill with fresh manufacturer-approved fluid, then repeat this process every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Over 3 short services, you'll have nearly all new fluid without shocking the system. Drivers who follow this method often notice smoother shifts, better throttle response, and reduced wear on solenoids. It's a safe, inexpensive alternative to costly rebuilds. No machines or pressure flushes required. A few quarts of fluid today can prevent thousands in repair bills later, keeping your transmission healthy long after lifetime coverage ends. Trick number 11. Adaptive transmission relearn. Teach it to shift smart. Modern cars use adaptive transmission control modules that learn your driving patterns, your throttle pressure, braking habits, and speed changes. Over time, those settings can make shifts feel lazy or delayed, especially if your style changes or someone else drives the car. A simple relearn procedure resets those habits. After disconnecting and reconnecting the battery, turn the key to the on position without starting the engine. Wait 10 seconds, then start the car and let it idle untouched for about 15 minutes. Do not press the accelerator or switch the AC during this time. This allows the ECU and transmission module to recalibrate air-fuel ratios, throttle position, and shift timing from scratch. Once complete, you'll likely feel cleaner gear transitions and quicker acceleration. It's a gentle, manufacturer-safe way to make your car feel new again. No tools or programming required. Quick pause. If you're learning something new, hit subscribe. Your car will thank you later. Trick number 10. Tire pressure curve hack. The $1 fuel saver. Most drivers underestimate how much tire pressure affects performance. Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, making your engine work harder and burn more fuel. Overinflation, on the other hand, reduces grip and wears tires unevenly. The right balance isn't just what's on the door sticker, it also depends on temperature. Tests by Car and Driver found that adjusting by +2 psi in summer and 2 psi in winter maintains ideal traction and efficiency. Use a reliable digital gauge. Check pressure when the tires are cold and match all 4 corners evenly. This small adjustment can improve fuel economy by 3–5%, extend tire life, and give a noticeably smoother ride. For less than $1 of air, you get one of the easiest and most measurable performance boosts on this list. Proof that simple awareness can outperform expensive gadgets. Trick number 9. Thermostat efficiency reset. The cooling secret. If your heater barely warms up or your mileage seems lower than usual, a worn thermostat might be the culprit. When this small part sticks open, coolant circulates too early, keeping the engine colder than ideal. A cold engine burns more fuel, produces more emissions, and never reaches full efficiency. Replacing a thermostat is affordable and often takes less than an hour. Use an OEM quality part, refill the coolant properly, and bleed air from the system. Once fixed, your engine reaches its designed temperature faster, improving fuel economy and performance. This simple swap can add 2 to 3 miles per gallon and reduce engine strain over time. It's one of those invisible fixes that restores balance, proving that sometimes temperature control is power control. Trick number 8. Fuel flow visualizer. See your engine breathe. Every drop of fuel passes through a filter before reaching your injectors, but when that filter is buried in the tank, you can't tell when it's dirty. Installing a transparent inline filter before the engine bay lets you literally see what's flowing into your system. Cut the fuel line at a safe location, install a pressure-rated clear filter, and secure it with proper clamp. Once installed, you can monitor fuel quality at a glance, spotting rust, dirt, or air bubbles before they cause trouble. It's a mechanic's favorite low-cost upgrade, visual feedback in real time. Cleaner fuel means cleaner combustion, smoother idle, and longer injector life. Add a smart vapor seal gas cap for extra efficiency, and you've built a system that protects itself from the inside out. Trick number 7. Battery voltage optimization. The 14.4V rule. Your battery isn't just there to start the engine, it powers every sensor, ignition coil, and ECU circuit. When voltage drops below 13.5 volts, injectors and sensors can't perform precisely, and the ECU begins compensating with sluggish responses. Many cars run like this for years without anyone noticing. Start the engine, connect a multimeter and check the reading. You should see around 14.4 volt while idling. If it's lower, inspect and clean the alternator plug and battery terminals. Apply a thin layer of dielectric grease to prevent oxidation, then a stable charge improves throttle feel, reduces misfires, and brightens headlights. It's one of the simplest electrical tune-ups you can do, restoring efficiency the way a clean bloodstream restores energy. Trick number 6. Spark Precision Fix. The hair width power boost. Every combustion starts with a spark, and even the smallest gap change can alter engine behavior. From the factory, plugs are pre-gapped, but handling, vibration, and wear can throw them off by a few thousandths of an inch. That's enough to waste fuel or cause uneven idling. Remove one plug and verify the gap with a feeler gauge. Adjust it 0.02 inches tighter than the listed spec for a stronger, more stable spark under load. Reinstall and repeat for the rest. Most drivers notice smoother acceleration, quieter idling, and better throttle response right away. Always use the correct torque and refer to your owner's manual for the safe gap range. This is precision, not modification. A hair's width of improvement your engine can actually feel. Quick reminder, enjoying these real car fixes? Tap subscribe to keep your engine knowledge growing. Trick number 5. Engine breathing balancer. Trap the oil mist. Oil vapors escaping through the PCV. Positive crankcase ventilation system slowly coat your intake and valves with residue, restricting airflow and increasing carbon buildup. A quick fix is adding a small inline fuel filter to the PCV hose, creating a simple catch can effect without complex installs. Cut the hose, insert a transparent mini filter and secure it with clamps. It traps oily mist before it reaches the intake. After a few hundred miles, you'll see the filter darken, proof it's working. Cleaner air means cleaner combustion, steadier idle, and less valve deposit. Replace or rinse the filter when it turns dark. It's a $3 upgrade that quietly saves your engine from slow suffocation. Trick number 4. Water steam detox. Myth turned science. Pouring water into a running engine sounds reckless, but when done safely as a fine mist, it becomes one of the oldest professional decarbonizing techniques. As the vapor enters hot combustion chambers, it flashes into steam, loosening carbon that normal cleaners can't reach. Use a spray bottle to mist small bursts of water into the intake, while the engine idles around 2000 RPM. Thick white smoke from the exhaust shows carbon being lifted out. Do not overdo it. A controlled mist only. Afterward, let the engine run for 5 minutes to dry the chambers. You'll often notice smoother idle and cleaner exhaust. It's physics, not magic. Steam expands, carbon lifts, and your engine breathes like it's young again. Top of form, bottom of form. Trick number 3. Timing advance via 91 octane relearn. Unlock hidden torque. Your car's ECU constantly adjusts ignition timing to prevent engine knock. When it detects low-quality fuel, it retards timing, which quietly robs power and throttle crispness. By running a few tanks of high-octane fuel, you allow the ECU to relearn knock-free operation, and gradually advance timing back toward its optimal setting. Here's how. Fill with 91 plus octane. Reset the ECU by disconnecting the battery for a few minutes, then drive normally for several days. The computer will sense cleaner combustion and adapt automatically. No tuning tools, no risk, just better ignition precision. Drivers often feel smoother power delivery and stronger low-end torque after a week. It's not about boosting horsepower, it's about letting the system rediscover the performance it already had. Trick number 2. Liquid armor. The friction-proof formula. Inside every engine, metal meets metal thousands of times a minute. Even premium oil eventually thins, letting micro-friction steal efficiency. Adding a small dose of molybdenum-based friction modifier strengthens the oil film, reducing wear and lowering operating temperature. Choose a certified additive compatible with your oil grade, mix in during an oil change, and drive as usual. The difference is subtle but real. Quieter idling, smoother revs, and steadier oil pressure. Studies from the Society of Automotive Engineers (SAE) show moly additives can cut metal-to-metal wear by up to 25%. This isn't a miracle potion, it's science extending the lifespan of your moving part. Trick number 1. The monthly sensor ritual. Your car's longevity code. The most powerful trick isn't a product, it's a routine. Once a month, spend 10 minutes checking the basics. Tire pressure, throttle response, battery voltage, and oil clarity. Reset the throttle if it feels slow, clean battery terminals, and verify your tire PSI with a digital gauge. Top off fluids and note any new noises or vibrations. This simple ritual keeps sensors accurate, systems balanced, and problems visible before they grow costly. Think of it as a health check for your car's nervous system. Consistent awareness, not expensive parts, is what turns an ordinary car into a long-term survivor. Final thought. Cars don't just wear out, they adapt to how we treat them. Every small reset, cleaning or adjustment you make today adds up to years of smoother drives tomorrow. These 17 off-manual techniques aren't shortcuts. They're smart habits that help your car perform the way it was engineered to. Keep learning how your machine breathes, burns, and balances, because the more attention you give it, the more life it gives back. If this video helped you understand your car a little better, leave a comment below. I read them all. Tap the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more real proven car fixes, because your next drive deserves to feel brand new every time.